And welcome to the first, and I would say session 0 of our Daggerheart game. It is going to be a two-parter, of course, session 0 and an actual playthrough. We will be doing The Haunting of Lexington Manor. But before we get all that, I'm Gonzo. I help run the More Than Dice podcast and network, I should say. And we have quite a few people in here, so I'm gonna let people go around and just say who they are. And we'll start off with let's go with Bree. Bree, can you tell
Oh,
everybody who
it's
you are?
me.
I'll let you
I'm
choose the next
Bree.
person.
I'm Bree. Just another nerd on the internet over here. I run a gaming division of a nonprofit focused around neurodivergent needs, and I'm pretty much the bonus child for the More Than Dice family. So I'm gonna pass the ball to Nancy.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi,
Got me. So
Gon.
I am the latest member of the More Than Dice podcast. My name is Nessie or Nestor. You can find me obviously on the More Than Dice podcast with these fine people and Mizzy, um, who I love very much. Damn. Uh, you can also find me on Nessie Knows, where I talk about Gundams, Gundams, miniature Gundams, Magic the Gathering, thanks to
Hey, Ness,
Bree.
do you talk about Gundam?
Maybe, who knew?
Okay.
Um, and with that, I will pass it to my co-host Mizzy.
Hi, I'm Mizzy. You know, the shenanigan fueled chaos goblin that y'all know and love. Like Bree, I am also just a nerd on the internet, doing my thing. I'm also a part of making things happen at Warfare Weekend. It's coming up in November, so excited about that. And like I said, chaos goblin shenanigans for More Than Dice. And Steven, what you got for us?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Stephen. I'm I guess, one new guest on this one today, so that's super exciting. My internet presence is much less interesting than everyone else's. However, I've been playing with Legends of the Tabletop recently, which has been super exciting. So in a few of their one-shots doing horrendous voices. Yeah, check them out as well, for sure.
So everybody knows I connected with the Legends of the Tabletop crew and spoke with Sarah and said, "Hey, I've got some spots. Y'all want to, come and join in and, come and do some one shots or whatever." And she's like, "Sure, let me grab people." And Steven was one of the people we grabbed. And he's never played Daggerheart, which is okay. Because the system is very easy to teach and everybody's going to learn very easily and very quickly. I myself I've run 2 Daggerheart games, playing a Daggerheart game, and then I'm gonna have all these one shots in this new world that I've created, and so that's coming out, and so we'll be doing on that. But before we get to any character creation and before we get to anything too crazy, we need to talk about limits or no's, X's, so on and so forth. I know that Mizzy is a very adamant about no insects underneath the skin because this game is going to be horror based and will be kind of dark. And so I wanted to make sure we do have our standards where we know have, no sexual assault, nothing, there's the common, ones that we all agree on, but there's the ones that we don't know about. So does anybody have any no's or anything like that?
I've never watched a horror movie, so this is gonna be fun.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I've watched The Cabin in the Woods, but I don't really classify that as horror.
Okay.
Have you watched
Happening?
Scream?
No.
Have
Halloween.
you watched Scary Movie?
No.
This is gonna be
Oh.
fun.
That's the game.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Does anybody have
I
anything else?
I read a
I
lot of dark romance, so that's the same thing, right?
no.
There will be no
I have
romance
a
in this.
thing for no babies, no kids. As a father, I have a just strong dislike
So you do know the story, and you read part of it, and there is a child in
Yeah,
this.
no, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
But I have a like no ripping a kid apart in front of me would be fine.
Gotcha.
Like if a kid, if a kid gets haunted or if a kid, that's fine. That's part of the story. But yeah, no major bodily harm to a child. If you say it and it happens off screen, cool. Um, yeah, like don't get graphic with it if you can prevent it.
Yeah, there
If
will
you need
be.
to,
Yeah, the only thing is the child is part of the story.
correct.
And
Yeah,
you've already
that's
read
fine.
it. And we'll go over what the story is in a little bit, but I just want to make sure. Steven, do you have any no's, X's, or anything of that nature?
Nothing specific from me now.
Okay, yeah. I'm like me. I don't give a shit. Bring it to me.
Yeah.
Make me hurt. So
Try to.
So just so you know, we're gonna be playing. I've created this new world called Nyx Varen. I had actually changed the name up a little bit because there was one that was very close to this. No big deal. And Nyx Varen is best way to do it is the world is completely in twilight or dark except for 5 hours out of the day. There's always problems that are happening. Memories are bad. It's a horror thing, and I guess the best way to do it is think the Cthulhu mythos combined with a Ravenloft is the easiest way to put it. Ghosts and everything are all over the place. The sky is actually, when it says the stars are stars, they're not actually stars. They're the eyes of the Eldritch gods looking down on the planet, nonstop.
You don't put tentacles in this, I'm gonna be mad at you.
Well,
It's Eldritch horror. It's
yeah.
implied.
Yeah.
Just
So
saying.
there will be plenty of really creepy stuff going on. The basics of the hunting of Lexington Manor is Oliver Lexington was a very hoity-toity, socialite. His wife passed away during childbirth to Abigail. Abigail and him grew up, no problem. About 12 to 13 years of Abigail's life, she became very sick. Oliver found a wall inside of his manor that had screaming demon faces on it, and it started talking to him and promised him that he would heal Abigail if he let him out. As a father would, father does what he can to help, his child. The demon came and possessed Abigail. Abigail did some really weird and crazy things. Started singing, and glass started cracking, started carving runes on the walls, started, painting in blood. And then during the Hallows Eve ball, with everyone there, Abigail had a demon come out through her and became her and ate and killed pretty much everybody in the party. And pretty much, destroyed everything. Oliver died. And no one's been to the manor since. And being that the world is super, super creepy and gross, this just adds to it. And so with that thinking in mind, think about your characters and what they plan on doing. I'm hoping everybody has demo plane open already. All right. If everybody has it, we're gonna go step by step just to making these characters and such. So you are gonna start at level 3. So at this time, if you don't want to think of a character name, that's perfectly fine. If you already have one, go ahead and put it in. And then if you need one of your pronouns, make sure you click it to level 3. There is the campaign frame, by the way, for the people that are here. This is a special campaign frame that is going to be up on this game. And in this one, anytime that you're attacked by a eldritch creature and they do severe damage to you, you get a blight token. Every time you get a blight token, you have to roll a d12. If you roll that number or lower, you take a scar. If you die with a blight token on you, you become a ravenous ghost immediately after death.
Haunting you.
It's gonna be me.
It's going to be everybody.
Could be us.
No.
Yeah, us.
So that's what
How quickly?
Hopefully, that's his hope.
it'll be. It pretty much very shortly after death you become. The ways to get rid of blight tokens is by taking a short and long rest, and instead of doing and it's one of the things you can do, and you roll a d4, like you would be healing, and that's how you would get rid of a blight token. Any questions on that? Nope. Okay. So let's go ahead and start making our characters. So first things first, like it says, you can choose your portrait, doesn't matter. Let's go to our class. I know that some people have already started. We are allowing all classes, so even the void classes are allowed. Bree, what are you thinking about playing?
It's a void class.
So if people don't know, void classes are classes that are in beta testing right now. And typically really aren't allowed, but since it's a one shot, I said, what the heck? Let's do it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stick with what I wanted, which was the rogue, because I haven't
Okay.
played a good rogue in a while.
All right. Steven, what are you planning on going for?
I'm gonna go for a warrior.
All right.
Be strong.
Nessie?
I'm gonna stick with the seraph.
Okay. And Mizzy?
I have officially decided on doing a witch.
All right. Which is a void class, one of the void
Okay.
ones. So that's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to build along with you, and I'm just going to build just a basic bard. I know the bards really well.
What? No.
No, not me.
Gonzo a bard, never.
Never.
So I'm just going to
You
do
know
it.
how to play them.
I do know how to play a bard. So of course you're going to click and select class. Once you choose that, now you go and choose your subclass. And so just for me, I'm going to go and choose like a troubadour, just because I know it very well. And so this is where everybody needs to talk about, what they plan on choosing and how they want to plan on, playing. Does anybody know exactly which subclass they want to be?
Nightwalker.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody, okay. So let's go ahead and go around. Bree, what does a Nightwalker do, by the way?
Can blend in the shadows and go poof.
Yeah. So when you click on the actual trait, whatever, you can actually see what it does. Can you tell everybody what your spellcasting trait and all your abilities?
My spellcasting trait is finesse. And then I have Shadow Stepper, which I can move from shadow to shadow. When you move into an area of darkness or shadow cast by another creature or object, I can mark a stress to disappear from where I am and reappear inside another shadow within far range. When I reappear, I am cloaked.
Cool.
Steven, do you want to say what?
Subclass, I think I'm gonna go for Call of the Brave. I feel like
Okay.
you're gonna be pretty brave in this world.
Yeah.
Hope from the depths of despair. So I think that's gonna be useful. I get some courage. So when I fail a roll with fear, I gain hope, and I will give it to everybody. And then battle ritual. So once per long rest, I can, or before I attempt something incredibly dangerous, which sounds like the whole thing, uh, I can describe a ritual and clear 2 stress and gain 2 hope. So get ready for some terrible pre-battle speeches, probably here.
I am here for this.
All right. Any other abilities, or is that it?
That's it.
All
I
right.
think the warrior doesn't get too many things.
Nestor?
I was going to go with the winged sentinel, but kind of figured the wings would clash with the whole motif of a haunted house. Excuse me. So I'm gonna go divine wielder. Basically, it's just a cleric. Spellcast trait is strength. Spirit weapon. When you have an equipped weapon with range of melee or very close, it can fly from hand to attack an adversary within close range and then return to you. You can mark a stress to target an additional adversary within range with the same attack roll. I really want to do Captain America's shield here.
Do it.
Sparing touch. Once per long rest, touch a creature and clear 2 hit points or 2 stress from them. So I'm the healer. Keep me safe.
And if you plan on doing the double shield, Seraph, I will make that happen. So, if you want to try it, no problem. So Mizzy, go ahead and go with yours.
So I have decided I'm going to be a hedge witch. So my spellcast trait is knowledge, and I have herbal remedies. When you are an ally, clear one or more hit points or stress as a result of using a consumable, increase the number cleared by one. And then I also have tethered talisman. Once per rest, you can imbue a small item with your protective essence. When the person holding the talisman takes damage, you can expend its magic to reduce the number of hit points they mark by one. You can't create a new talisman until the old one has been used.
Oh
So I'm gonna be handing out jars of dirt, y'all.
yeah.
I've got a jar of
Dicey Editions.
dirt.
My dirt.
So on our screen, just so we know, we do have our chat going inside. When we start to play, the chat will be replaced by dice rolls. So we won't be able to see it because the players won't be able to see it. Although we do have our mods watching on here. But Dicey Decisions, yes, the witch is amazing. So all right. So our next thing to do is to set your traits. And so you go to that. Now you can do your suggested traits. I highly recommend it because it's the best. It puts your best foot forward. If you're going to change anything, that's up to you. But if you want, you just hit use suggested traits and move on.
Easy.
I think I'm gonna change my traits because my knowledge is only a +1, and that's my spellcast. So
Yeah,
that was it.
the witch is still being kind of changed up a little bit. So, and if we need to fix it after, that's perfectly fine. We'll fix it after. Not a big deal.
Itchy. Okay.
When you're done with it, please let me know.
I'm dad.
Good.
Okay.
Steven, you good?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now we're going to choose starting weapons. I do want you to choose your starting weapons now, but after this session, I will go in and edit your character and give you equipment and gear and stuff appropriate per your level because you're going to be level 3. But go ahead and choose, what you kind of do, and that'll give me an idea of what items to give you as a, character. And after it's done, come to me and say, hey, I would like, XYZ, so on and so forth. It does
My
have
favorite weapon
suggestions.
is the combat wheelchair. Sorry.
If you want to play a combat wheelchair, you can play a combat
I
wheelchair.
don't, but I love it.
I will stand in the back of you on the combat wheelchair ramp, and we will do some shenanigans. Yep.
No, I'm good.
I'll throw blessings out as we roll down. I'm good, Gonzo. I got them both.
All right. And make sure you check, armor and weapons.
Yep.
Grapplet looks pretty cool. Like a big
If you have
chaser with
any
a
questions,
spike on the end.
yeah, and if there's any questions you have on equipment, let me know. And also, if you want to say, "Hey, I would rather have this weapon, but modified so I can use it," I can work with that because I can modify any item in there. We just need to talk about it, probably off air or something. Just to go like, "Hey, I'd like to use a long sword, but XYZ." We can do that, no problem.
Yeah,
Anybody want to
remind
say
me.
what they got? Say what they're using for right now? Bree?
Haters. Stabby, stabby.
Dice
Oh.
She's
Decisions, thank you
using.
for the support for the Trevor Project. We appreciate it.
And also a set of forgery tools because
No, I'm talking about what weapons did you choose and armor did you choose?
I chose stabby stabbies. Dagger, the small dagger, and then the gambeson.
Okay. Steven?
I went for your standard long sword,
Okay.
but also the grappler because I think that's pretty cool, and I feel like I'm going to end up just swinging that thing around, going crazy.
All
Why
right.
I want to pull things closer to me here, I'm not sure, but we'll see how that goes.
What armor did
Some
you
nice
choose?
chain mail. Some nice chain mail.
Nice.
That feels safe, right? No biting.
Nothing is safe.
I like to live with the illusion for a little while.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Nessie, what'd you go with?
Mace and round shield.
Okay. And armor?
Chainmail.
Chainmail. Okay. Mizzy?
I went with a great staff for now, but we might need to look at some different options because I'm not sure if I'm totally sold on.
Okay.
And then Gambus and armor.
All right. Let's go to our starting inventory. You get to choose either a health potion or a stamina potion.
Think I'm gonna go stamina.
Okay. Everybody can just blurt out what they're going to take. That's okay. Don't have to go around the table.
Yeah, I grabbed health and yep, health potion.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the health potion. I feel like I'm gonna get beaten up by a lot of things.
Okay.
I can only heal so much.
Right?
Can I get a heal?
All right. Bree, what'd you take? You took a Numina?
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, she was ready for that
Stamina.
one.
All right.
Right.
And what else did everybody take? Because you got your role play item.
I did forgery tools.
Okay.
Bundle of offerings.
All right.
I'm gonna have a shit talking skull.
Really? I
You
love
have a
it.
talking
I can
skull
have a
for real?
I can have a small harmless pet, or I can have a talking skull. I'm choosing the skull.
I
Only
don't
if
know.
it
You're
talks.
missing out on like a little familiar, little flying imp familiar or something like that.
Nah, shit talking skull.
Shit
Shit
talking
talking
skull.
skull.
Steven, what'd you choose?
I feel like mine's boring now. I just went for a sharpening stone. Although I can
Tools
sit there
are
and look
important.
menacing.
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, no.
Was
I
that
have
a
a bundle of
draw?
all, like I have a bundle of sticks, like sticks and like cigars.
All right.
All
Let's go
things
ahead
are
and
useful.
we can go to domain cards. This is the one that you're going to choose, and these are just your starting domain cards, and you get to choose two, and just kind of look them over a little bit, see what kind of makes sense to you, see what looks really cool, and choose. And whenever you're ready to talk about it, just go ahead and go. I know there's a bard. I'm gonna take, just for shiggles, I would take inspirational words and probably the book of Iliad. No, the book of Typhar. So I can have Wild Flame, Magic Hand, and a Mysterious Mist. Inspirational word is just too good, in my opinion, for a bard.
What does that do?
Inspirational word as a bard is, after a long rest, I place a number of tokens on the card equal to my presence. And when I speak with an ally, I can spend a token or give them a token. And when I do, it either clears a stress, clears a hit point, or they gain a hope. They get to choose.
Nice.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got
that's
mine.
very good.
All right, Brie, go ahead and tell us what two you chose. And let us know what the
I
abilities are.
so pick and pull, where you have advantage on action rolls to pick non-magical locks, disarm non-magical traps, or steal items from a target, either through stealth or by force. And then Rain of Blades, and these are both midnight
Mm-hmm.
domain. Spend a hope to make a spellcast roll and conjure throwing blades that strike out at all targets within very close range. Targets you succeed against take d8 plus 2 magic damage using your proficiency. If a target you hit is vulnerable, they take an additional 1d8 damage.
Anybody else?
I got bare bones. My domain deck, which is let's it's, yep, bare bones. When you choose not to equip armor, you have a base armor of +3 plus your strength, and uses following on your base damage threshold. So for me, I would be, since we'd be tier 2, I believe, I'd be 11/24 on my damage thresholds. But as I am the healer, I also have Mending Touch, which I can spend 2 hope to clear a hit point or a stress. And if I talk to you guys and then become your therapist during a long rest, I clear 2 hit points or 2 stress. So Tell me, why do you feel that way towards that character? Let me help. Those are mine.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go for deft maneuvers. I think that's pretty cool. Once per rest, I can mark a stress to sprint anywhere within far range without making an agility roll. And then when I get there, I get a +1 attack on whatever's there. I feel like charging into battle is going to be pretty cool for this character. So I'll definitely take that. But then I feel like when you've got a sword and you play one of these sort of games, you need to be able to spin it. You need to be able to whirlwind, right? You gotta.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit one thing. I want to hit everything. So I think I'm going to pick up whirlwind as well, which when I make a successful attack in very close range, I can spend one of my hopefully many hope to add additional adversaries. So be a whirling dervish.
Mizzy?
So I know I want to take Gifted Tracker. So when you're tracking a specific creature or group of creatures based on signs of their passage, you can spend any number of hope and ask the GM that many questions from the following list. What direction did they go? How long ago did they pass through? What were they doing at this location? How many of them were there? When you encounter creatures you've tracked in this way, gain +1 bonus to your evasion against them. For my other one, I'm trying to decide if I want to do Blighting Strike or Voice of Dread. I like Voice of Dread because they have to mark a stress and become temporarily vulnerable, which I feel like would help. But Blighting Strike is also really cool and it does damage. So, what would you recommend?
It's up to you. I mean, really.
Bree, pick for me.
Now, remember, you can get more stuff. You will get more cards later
Yeah.
because you will be leveling up.
Let's go with Voice of Dread.
Okay.
Dread
The one
That's what
sounds
I was
cool.
gonna say.
So
I probably
one thing we
said,
did
I
forget to
don't know.
do, and I forgot to do it. If you go back and click on your subclass, like Troubadour, Hexoid, it'll tell you what your spellcraft and what your special class ability is. Like get to performer. Once per long rest, I can play a relaxing song,
I
epic
said
song, and heartbreaking.
mine.
So I forgot to do that on the board, but does
What
everybody
the
else
heck,
know?
Gonzo?
Does everybody else know and have that so they can say about it? Do anybody want to tell theirs?
Told mine.
Okay.
Mine.
All
Yeah.
right.
Divine Wielder. I'm special.
All right. So now we can go to Heritage, which is actually your ancestry. So we're sticking with just the book starting ones, no void ones. So,
That
Mizzy,
was
what
my
are you going to
question,
play?
Missy.
I'm playing a Fungrel.
And what is a fungrel?
A Fungrel is a humanoid mushroom.
And what do they get?
I get the Fungrel Network, so I make an instinct roll to use your mycelial array to speak with others of your ancestry. On a success, you can communicate across any distance. I can commune with my coven. And then I also have Death Connection. While touching a corpse that died recently, you can mark a stress to extract one memory from the corpse related to a specific emotion or sensation of your choice.
Okay. Bree?
I think I'm gonna do an Infernus.
Okay. What is
Infernus are
in?
humanoids who possess sharp canine teeth, pointed ears, and horns. They are the descendants of demons from the circles below. When you roll with fear, you can mark 2 stress to change it to a roll with hope. And you have advantage on rolls to intimidate hostile creatures.
Nice.
Steven?
I'm thinking big turtle.
Ah,
So
nice.
Galapa.
Yes! Turtle
Which
friends.
is pretty cool. Turtle power. So I get to like shell, which gains a bonus to your damage thresholds equal to your proficiency. That
Mhm.
seems useful to survive. And then I can retract into my shell, which is pretty cool. Mark a stress to retract into your shell. While in your shell, you have resistance to physical damage. although I have disadvantage on my action rolls. But that's fine, because nothing can kill me. I'm an invincible turtle. You can push me down hills, into things. Nothing will survive.
Ness is gonna use your
And I
shell as your
whirlwind.
second shield.
Yep.
I can see a tag team already.
Yep. I'm already planning stuff. This is awesome.
Nestor?
So I am playing a Simia, which is a monkey. I don't know what type. I'm thinking chimpanzee. They are natural climbers, so I have advantage on agility rolls that involve balancing and climbing. And then I'm also nimble. I gain a permanent +1 to my evasion at character creation. So
My question is, you should have taken wings. That way you could be a flying monkey, but no, you had to choose.
I can. Oh my god! And we have a witch. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It could have
Come
been
back
your
to change it
flying
now.
monkey. Say the word and I'll change it. I'm okay with this now. Do I get a little hat? Do I get a little hat? You know how they had the little like hat?
That can be one of the little enchantments that I make for you is a little
Oh my
hat.
God.
That's pretty funny.
You
Pheasant
you do what
protection.
you want to do, Nestor, but I would not be mad if you did that and changed it.
Oh, but then I could be like a lemur size. I could be like 2 feet tall and like an actual chimpanzee. Like
Oh my God.
no, I'll stay like 5 or 6 feet.
We will revisit this idea for another game.
Oh my God.
All right, next is the choose a community. You can choose where you're from. Do not choose anything listed as the void. Anything that is Daggerheart system, core, or quick start adventure is good.
Slyborn.
Underborn.
I was torn between those two, but I
what
think
is-
Slyborn.
What is Slyborn?
Slyborn is when you are a part of a Slyborn community, it means you come from a group that operates outside the law, including all manner of criminals, grifters, and con artists. And I get Scoundrel, where I have advantage on rolls to negotiate with criminals, detect lies, or find a safe place to hide.
Mizzy, you were next. What'd you choose?
I am choosing Underborn. Being part of an Underborn community means you are from a subterranean society. And I get low light living. When you're in an area with low light or heavy shadow, you have advantage on rolls to hide, investigate, or perceive details within that area.
Steven?
I'm thinking Orderborn.
Okay.
I feel like I'm coming from some community of turtle knights. Or
I love this.
I'm loving this character. So I'm
Good.
from a collective focused on discipline, and I think that's pretty cool. But the special thing with that is that you get dedicated. Record 3 sayings or values your upbringing instilled in you. Once per rest, when you describe how you're embodying one of those, you can roll a d20 as your hope die. So, I mean, bringing the hope. We're bringing the hope. Showering in hope.
We need all the hope. Shower us in hope.
I will be your light up turtle in the darkness.
All right.
I just pictured one of those like glowing like rubber ducks, but it's a turtle.
Nestor, what'd you decide to go with?
I went with Wildborn. Just goes with the monkey persona.
I was gonna say that's racist.
Yep. Nope.
It's
But
a
it's right
monkey.
on the money. Lightfoot, your movement is naturally silenced. You have advantage on rolls to move without being heard. So
Nice.
I'm a quiet cleric.
All right. There is no transformation that'll be skipped because that is part of the void on this. So you will next be going to experiences. And this is something that you're going to have to, work on. Now, your description and such, you can fill that in later because I want you to spend a little time on how you look and everything. And your background questions is something that, you'll have to fill in. Does anybody feel like they want to go with those or we want to wait until I'll do that later?
Later.
Okay.
Later.
Yeah, because you'll probably want to think on this. The one thing that you have to do, the one thing you're going to need to do is choose your experience. For people that are new to this, choosing your experience is something that you would do. It's kind of like, what have you done in your previous before this that makes you good at it? And some of the things that I like about this is you could, as a bard, I could have someone. One of my experiences would be I know a guy. And anytime that we're looking for like, hey, does anybody know if you know, if we could have someone that can pick a lock, I go, I think I know a guy, and I could roll and use that experience. You can also give stuff like, you're going to give me a better deal on that. So anytime I haggle would be an experience. And so it can be a little free form, or you could just be straight. I'm a tracker. Anytime you're tracking, you can spend a hope, get that experience, so on and so forth. It's all up to you. Steven, what are you thinking?
I feel like as a trained killer turtle, I feel like I'm gonna need some sort of, if we got anything maybe that I can be like buckle down or something, like to try and evade or like take damage more. Say easily. I don't know what word I want there.
So it would be an experience. So it can't modify your stats. It has to modify a roll. So how would that affect
Yeah,
it?
I guess yeah. If it's got to be an actual skill sort of role, then that's
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, because it can't
Yeah,
modify like evasion or anything like that.
yeah, fair enough. Uh, I feel like then maybe I'm gonna be coming at this as like there's some sort of some not intimidation but like presence there. So
Okay.
like order, like bringing law and order to the situation. So I feel like an experience of, I guess it's almost persuasion, but it is sort of like an intimidation tactic.
So it could be something like when I speak, people listen.
Perfect.
Would that be okay?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
And like me, God knows what I come out with. And then we need two, do we?
Yeah, so you need one more.
Okay. Maybe can you come back to me in a second?
No problem. Anybody else got anything? Nestor?
I got one with nature,
Okay.
as I am a wild-born simia. So yeah, more stereotype. So I guess kind of I'll use it anytime we're walking through the forest or jungle. I can use it for like tracking or navigation or something similar to that nature. I feel comfortable in that type of environment, meaning.
Okay. Do you have your second
And
one?
yep, I do. The second one is aggressive negotiator. Um, while I am a cleric and seraph, I am a peaceful person or a simia. I can beat my chest to intimidate, um, as all monkeys do, basically to make a good deal or try to get information, interrogation, something that will let them show I am bigger than them. I can crush them.
Gotcha. Mizzy?
I think I want to do listen to the rocks to like help me with like navigation and stuff.
Okay.
And then voodoo you do so that I could use it to like identify magic that's going on.
Okay. Bree?
Typing, hold on. Wait, shoot.
I actually came
I
up with
had the
like
wording. Like, I have like a list that I've been working on, and I'm like, because I want ideas. So I have two. The first one is one that I actually found on Reddit. I'm not gonna lie. It is just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. And how it works is when facing death, if I choose to risk it all, I add the experience score to my hope die.
So you're
Um,
gonna okay.
kind of a thing. Like, 'cause crime like syndicate stuff. And then like just to try and like stay alive longer, really. And then make him an offer he can't refuse. Um, really good at bartering. Good at bartering.
Okay. Steven, did you figure out your second one?
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna be running into some dangerous situations. So maybe something like I've stood on that before to try and avoid any sort of traps or anything like that. Experience going awkwardly into the fray and bad consequences shaping my ability to handle that again.
Okay. So everybody's got that. The next thing you do is go to create connections. And you click on that. And these are questions that you're going to ask someone in the group, and they have to answer. This is how y'all have become a party, known each other, got everything going. It's one of my favorite things to do. So Mizzy, I'm going to let you start off.
Steven, what about my magical practice makes you most ill at ease?
Ooh, I mean, are we going with the little talking skull? I mean, if that's anything to do with your magical practices, then I would that terrifies me. I would say.
I'm going to have to find some chattering
It's-
teeth to play with.
Teethies.
All right. Next one.
Da, da, da. Bree, I
no.
once appeared to you in a dream and shared a vision of the future. What did I tell you?
That I'm gonna die. Like a gruesome kind of death. Like,
Nailed it. No.
right. But that also scapegoats me. So if I have to describe how I die, I can just look at Mizzy and be like, hey, you told me about this.
Did I though?
No, I'm kidding. Kind of.
All right. Nestor, why do you come to me for advice?
Because not it's good to get an outside opinion even from a heretic heathen like yourself.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Yes, you go ahead. I like that.
All right.
A heretic heathen. Okay.
Steven,
Heathen.
let's go with yours.
Cool. Let's. I'll go with Nessie first. We knew each other long before this party came together. How?
In one of our adventures together, you were dying on the battlefield, and I healed you. I was your medic in battle.
Thank you. Cool.
And you keep me in
No, that's
business because
Scott.
you keep getting yourself in trouble.
Hey, keep me around. You'll never
Exactly.
be poor. Mizzy, what mundane task do you usually help me with off the battlefield?
Foraging for food and making sure you don't poison yourself.
Nice. Thank you again. Everyone's just keeping me alive. I'm going to be the first one to go. I know it to be true. And then, Bree, what fear am I helping you to overcome?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's go. I know whatever I say, Gonzo's gonna use against me.
What? A GM use these
No.
against you?
No,
Or
none
use
of
these in the
that.
story? Never.
I wish I thought of that.
Fear of getting stuck in a small space.
Oh,
That is something that I feel like a turtle would know a lot about. So,
yes.
Yes.
Like I got cable TV
perfect.
in my shell.
Like when you're feeling particularly cheeky, you just clamber like over me with your shell and just like starfish, and then I'm stuck. And like, so yeah.
shelling
Brie?
print on you there.
Okay, so Mizzy, what have I discovered about your past that I hold secret from the others? Gonzo, do you want her to text this to me or do you want her to say it?
No, just say it. Yeah, just say it.
Okay.
Nobody's
How's
going to
your
use anything out of character. It's
Okay.
not a big deal.
As you-
Can you give me a minute to think about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nessie,
Yo.
who do you know from my past and how have they influenced your feelings about me?
I know your uncle Vito. He came to my daughter's wedding and was seen talking to himself, but praised you as his favorite niece.
Aw. Okay, and then Steven, what did I recently convince you to do that got us both in trouble? Oh no.
Okay. I mean, so probably something pretty dumb, right? I mean, I'm assuming, despite this world being incredibly sad, dark, and covered in creepy eyeballs, there's taverns and things, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you gotta drink away the pain. Um, I feel like we will have tried to find a brewery, and because I'm a turtle again, I'm pretty good in the liquids, and you dared me to go into one of the big like brewing vats and drink it all in one go whilst inside it.
Into a brew.
We're not welcome in said tavern anymore.
Did you actually drink it all? Is the question. And did you get
Ooh,
sick?
that's probably why we're banned.
Why?
Because.
They were opening the taps and there was not the beer coming out
Nothing
anymore.
there. They heard
Special
singing
brew.
coming through the pipes. Did you drink?
Okay.
Okay, I figured it out. I am a descendant of an old witch that did some very bad things. Like super bad.
Were you sick in the beer as well?
Hashtag super bad.
Yeah,
Bad.
With an A, not an ER.
yeah, super.
Super.
Okay. Cool.
All right, Nessie, you're next.
Okay, Steven, what promise did you make me agree to should you die on the battlefield?
I'm going to give you two. One is do not let Mizzy use my skull as anything weird.
You don't want to be her next pet?
Absolutely not.
I take great care of my pets, though. You will be well taken care of if you let me have your skull.
Love that. No, he told me no. No. Okay.
Thank you. And then I want you to make sure you take my sharpening stone and take it to my home. That can be a mildly wholesome one. A passed down through the generations sharpening stone that must be returned,
Aw.
but mostly
Damn.
not the skull
I
lady.
got see for a little piece of it's just a sharpening stone that became like a family heirloom. Mizzy, why do you ask so many questions about my god?
Education is important. I need to know how to properly sacrifice you. If it comes down to it.
For research. Gotcha.
I'm scared for mine.
Parentheses, sacrifice. Awesome. For research. Check.
For research purposes.
Research.
For research purposes, aka sacrifice. Bree, you've told me to protect one member of our party more above all others, even yourself. Who are they and why?
Why'd you ask me this at the end? Like, now I gotta think about it.
That's the point.
Yeah, but now I'm cutting into other primetime real estate we got here. Um. Oh, I know. You have to defend the witch, but I won't tell you why because it's the secret that I'm holding from their past from the others. And so, like, saying it that way, I like when you've asked me that in the past, I've said it that way, but in a way that implies that it's like some really super awesome descent, like super awesome secret, like super really cool thing. But it's really just because I don't want the super bad witch's legacy to die out. Um, but I don't want to say that because you'll call me a heathen too.
For your Uncle Vito, I'll make that off. I make that promise.
It's an offer to refuse.
I did want to go back just a little bit because we do have our class features that we didn't do that were not based off of like Troubadour. So if you were to go back and you were to go to your bard, well, we're going to do this at the very end when you check character sheets because you have your hope ability and all that stuff. But the next thing to do is to level up. So you're going to go to level 2. You have to create another experience. So choose another experience. And let me know what it is. I know. The thinking. You may got one.
I do. I think you're gonna laugh at me.
Okay.
Nothing new. How about not even she's not even supposed to be here today.
Okay. And how
Um,
does that work?
so I would roll at advanced. I
Nope.
don't know that. Nope. Like I would get something bonus for
You get plus
uh
2.
yeah, when I am rolling like a stealth check.
Okay. So yeah, it give you a bonus on your stealth. So you would spend a hope you at plus 2 if you use that experience. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Mizzy, thank you for laughing. I appreciate you.
I'm here all night. Um, could I put a spell on you for any time that I make a spellcast roll?
Remember, you have to spend a hope to do it, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get this bonus. All right. Steven?
I'm thinking. I feel like my character's going to be pretty strong, and I feel like an experience here is going to be uh, is that all you got? Something
Okay.
like that for someone trying to like move me or me moving them.
Okay, so if somebody tries to push you or knock you down, you could use
Yeah,
this as okay, that could work. Because that would be a reaction roll is pretty much what it is.
cool.
All right. Nestor?
I have an eye for detail. So if I'm doing like an investigation or checking something in a room or library or such, that I can use it with, I guess, either my presence or knowledge, because my knowledge is severely lacking. So
Okay. All right. And then now you have level up options. So since you're leveling up, you get to choose 2 of these. You can increase a trait, and what it is, you get a +1 to 2 unmarked traits. You can gain a hit point, gain a stress, increase an experience, choose a domain card from levels 2 through 4, depending on you're only going up to level 2. or increase your invasion. And you do get at least one card from your domain deck. So when I level up, I go in and look at my choose my domain deck card first, so I could see if there's anything that I would like to use and get now, and then go to my level up options.
Nice, there's loads.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, it gives you a little chance to, if you want to if you want to get a secondary domain card right off the bat, you can go, well, let me see what domain card I'm going to choose first. Because you get one no matter what. So you can choose anything that's on there. And you can choose something from a lower. So you can choose a level 1 or a level 2. Your proficiency is automatically calculated into this, so don't worry about it. Or your proficiency will automatically be calculated into it. So Steven, do you already have what you want?
Yeah, I think for one of the main deck one, I'm gonna pick up a Soldier's Bond. So once per long rest, when I compliment someone or ask them about something that they are good at, we both gain 3 hope. So
Nice.
I can ask, how are you at sacrificing weird things? And then we can have great chats about that.
Yeah, giving hope out is very, very powerful in this game.
Nice.
All right. Do you know what your level up options are going to be?
I'm thinking I want to take another domain card, to be honest.
Okay, well, you get 2 things
I
after
wanna,
this. So you can get another domain card and then something else.
sweet.
So you're going to go to the level, you go back to your level up options and then choose domain card. And then it'll let you open up another thing so you can choose that second domain card you want. Or third, I should say.
There we go. So I think my other one. Maybe you could help me
Okay.
with this one. So strategic approach.
Okay.
After a long rest, place a number of tokens equal to your knowledge on this card. The first time you move within close range of an adversary and make an attack, you can spend a token for one of. Actually, it's much more straightforward once I open the card.
Yeah. That's fine.
Gotta read these things.
Yes. Read it first and you get it. And yeah, that would use whatever your knowledge skill is. If you're at +1, +2, you get I think you get like a minimum of 1 no matter what, no matter what your level is. So.
I think I'm actually going to go for the get back up one, which mark a stress to reduce the severity threshold by 1 threshold on a taking severe damage. Which, yeah,
that's I can see that. What's your second?
Yeah.
What's your second level up option going to be then?
So I think, I'm going pretty much like with the intention of taking all the damage here, right? So would a HP slot would be smart, I guess.
It can be, yeah. I mean, it's always good to have more HP. I'm not going to lie to that.
So I'm going to do that then, I think. So HP and then that domain card.
Okay. Anybody else got theirs?
I do.
Okay. Bree, what you got?
My domain deck card is going to be Tell No Lies. Make a spellcast roll against a target within very close range. On a success, they can't lie to you while they remain within close range, but they are not compelled to speak. If you ask them a question and they refuse to answer, they must mark a stress and the effect ends. The target is typically unaware the spell has been cast on them until it causes them to utter the truth.
Okay.
And then I did increase experiences and increase evasion.
Okay. You definitely don't want to get hit.
Nope.
All right.
Ninja.
Nessie and Mizzy, you two ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So my domain deck card, I decided to go with Hideous Retribution. When an ally within close range takes damage from a target you can see, you can make a spellcast reaction roll against the target. On a success, mark a stress to deal the D6 magic damage using your proficiency.
Which would
Um,
be 2d6 damage because you're. Yep.
yes. And then I am increasing my evasion and I'm gaining a stress slot.
Okay.
So when Steven gets hurt, you go all nuclear. No.
Nah, bitch.
All right, Nessie,
What you
what you
got?
got?
I got Healing Hands as my domain card. I feel I'm gonna need that. So make a spellcast roll of 13. Target a creature other than yourself within melee range. On a success, mark a stress to clear 2 hit points or 2 stress. On a failure, mark a stress to clear a hit point or a stress. You can't heal the same target again until your next long rest. So, and then level up options. I increased my evasion because I'm a monkey and why not? And uh, and I increased my traits. So I increased my agility to +1 and I increased my strength to +3.
Okay. Everybody good? All right,
Yeah.
then you can go to level 3, level up options again, and it's pretty much the same thing. If you notice that some of them are blanked out now because you can't increase everything, but you do get a new domain card. And now you've got up to level 3 to choose. You can choose 3, 2, 1, and then, of course, your level up options are kind of limited depending on what you chose. Because if you chose like increase experiences, can't choose it again. Um, Domain card, can't choose it again. Evasion, can't choose it again. But the other two, you can kind of do it. So it's up to you. Um, Bree, look like you're already ready to talk about yours.
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
So I chose my domain deck card first, and I chose Veil of Night. I make a spellcast roll. On a success, I can create a temporary curtain of darkness between 2 points within far range. Only I can see through this darkness. I'm considered hidden to adversaries on the other side of the veil, and I have advantage on attacks I make through the darkness. The veil remains until I cast another spell.
Okay.
And
And
then for my level up, I did what did I, where did I go? I did gain an HP slot, and I chose another domain card. And I chose Hypnotic Shimmer because everything's better with glitter. Make a spellcast roll against all adversaries in front of you within close range. Once per rest on a success, create an illusion of flashing colors and lights that temporarily stuns targets you succeed against and forces them to mark a stress. While stunned, they can't use reactions and can't take any other action until they clear this condition.
all right. Anybody else ready?
I got Bolt Beacon for my domain card.
Okay.
So it's not all about healing. I'll be throwing bolts. So spellcast roll against a target within far range. On a success, spend a hope to send a bolt of shimmering light toward them, dealing D8 plus 2 magic damage using your proficiency. So it'll be 2d8. The target becomes temporarily vulnerable and glows brightly until this condition is cleared. I bring light in these dark times. No? Okay. And I will gain an HP slot and gain a stress slot. I'm
All
done.
right. Steven?
Cool. I'm gonna take another HP slot, so I'm gonna take that's both of the available ones. I am going to pick increased traits to add a strength and an agility. And then for my domain card, I'm gonna pick up brace, which when I mark an armor slot to reduce incoming damage, you can mark a stress to mark an additional armor slot. Just maximum survivability. I will get through this.
Yeah, because you can typically only mark one armor slot, and that's it. So yeah, that's a pretty big one.
Nice. Um, I decided to go with shared trauma for my domain card. You can transfer suffering from one creature to another once per rest. Mark any number of hit points on a willing creature within melee range to clear an equal number of hit points on another willing creature within melee range. You can choose yourself in place of either creature. And then I'm taking another stress slot, and I'm taking a HP slot.
Do we get everybody?
I think so.
All right. And then pretty much now you can click and go to your character sheet. And click it. And one thing we need to do is we didn't go over like the special unique features of your class. If you look at your character sheet, it says features. Should have like 2 things. Bree, what do you have on yours?
Where does it say features?
It's under
Oh,
effects and
Oh,
features.
down there. Okay. Rogue Hope is
Yep.
a unique hope feature. Rogue's dodge, spend 3 hope to gain a +2 bonus to your evasion until the next time an attack succeeds against you. Otherwise, this bonus lasts until your next rest.
Then there's usually a
And
class feature.
then my class features, I have Cloaked. Anytime you would be hidden, you are instead cloaked. In addition to the benefits of the hidden condition, while cloaked, you remain unseen if you are stationary when an adversary moves to where they would normally see you. After you make an attack or end a move within the line of sight of an adversary, you are no longer cloaked. And then Sneak Attack. When you succeed on an attack while cloaked or while an ally is within melee range of your target, add a number of d6 equal to your tier to your damage roll. Level 1 is tier 1, 2 to 4 is tier 2, and so on and so on.
All right. Steven?
That's it.
Cool. So, Warrior Hope. No mercy. Spend 3 hope to gain a +1 bonus to your attack rolls until your next rest, which sounds pretty good. We'll take that. And then class features, I get attack of opportunity. So if an adversary within melee range attempts to leave, I can make a reaction roll, and I can choose one of these effects on a success, or 2 if I critically succeed. So they can't move. I deal damage to them equal to my primary weapon's damage, or I go with them. I mean, I don't know how that would work. So just hop on their backs, I guess, and be like, "Woo, let's go!" Carry that turtle.
That's exactly how that works.
That's good.
I think it is. And then, do they know that I'm there? Who knows? Um, and then I have combat training as well, which is I ignore burden when equipping weapons, and when I deal physical damage, I gain a bonus equal to my level.
Yep.
Pretty nice.
Ignoring burden is pretty powerful because you're like you don't give a crap if it's 2-handed or 1-handed.
Nice.
Nessie?
I'm just gonna find everyone's swords.
Yeah.
So, Seraph Hope, life support. I feel this will come in handy a lot. Spend 3 hope to clear a hit point on an ally within close range. It's gonna be Steven. We all know it's gonna be Steven. Let's just accept it's gonna be Steven. Okay. He's the one spinning around in Whirlwind. Seraph class feature, prayer dice. At the beginning of each session, roll a number of d4s equal to your subclass's spellcast trait and place them on your character sheet in the space provided. These are your prayer dice. You can spend any number of prayer dice to aid yourself or an ally within far range. You can use a spent die's value to reduce incoming damage. Add a roll's result to a roll made, or gain hope equal to the result at the end of each session. Clear all. Wow, this is pretty fucking awesome. I like that.
Yeah, prayer
Yeah.
dice.
Prayer dice are good.
Yeah. Like, I think I ran out of hope. Oh, look, I have a 4. I'm giving myself 4 hope again. And you die.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Exactly. God, I wish I could heal Steven's character. Oh, wait, let me just use the 3 here.
Yeah. I mean, it can be used for certain things, but yes.
Yeah. And then divine, all the other stuff you guys know, divine wielder,
Yeah.
spirit weapon, spell casting. Yep.
All right. And pretty much that is your characters. You will start off with 2 hope right off the bat. So on your character sheet, you can have that. Here comes Legend of the Tabletop coming in the last second of everything. That's
Gonzo, would
okay.
you
Better
like
late
for
than
me
never.
to
Calm
share?
down.
Oh, I forgot. Mizzy, I forgot to tell you. Mizzy, go ahead.
Yeah, Gonzo, you forget me. Damn. Fine.
No soup for you.
So no good soup. So I have Witch's Charm. When you or an ally within far range rolls a failure on an action roll, you can spend 3 hope to change it into a success with fear instead. And then I also have the ability to Hex. When a creature causes you or an ally within close range to mark any number of hit points, you can mark a stress to hex them. Action and damage rolls against a hex creature gain a bonus equal to your tier. This condition lasts until the GM spends a number of fear equal to your spellcast rate to remove it, or you hex another creature. Otherwise, remove it when the scene ends. And I can also commune. Once per long rest, during a moment of calm, you can commune with an ancestor, deity, nature spirit, or otherworldly being. Ask them a question and then roll a number of d6s equal to your spellcast trait. Choose one value from rolled results and reference the chart below for the effect. 1 to 3, you taste a flavor, smell a scent, or feel a sensation relevant to the answer. A 4 or a 5, I hear sounds or see a vision relevant to the answer. And on a 6, you physically experience a scene relevant to the answer as if you were there.
Maybe.
Yay.
That's super cool.
And also, I want to remind because I clicked buttons and I remembered. Don't I know Gonzo's gonna play with our character sheets, but don't forget to go to your equipment and make your weapons active.
And
So you
armor
actually
and all
can
that
do
stuff.
attacks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead and do that. And if you, like I said, once we're done, you'll need to give me edit access rights, and I will give you gear if there is something that you're wanting in particular. Like, hey, I'd rather use because now Steven has the ability to ignore burden. He can look at two-handed weapons and use a bunch of different things. It all just depends. And this is where you kind of add your flavor because I will give you a weapon and an armor equivalent, and then give you some weird different things in your character sheet, so you can have that. And then I think that's about it. Make sure Nestor did choose bare bones, so don't wear armor, Nestor, or you'll lose your bare bones.
I know.
Yeah. And so I will be looking for, something else. But other than that, you just have to kind of look in here and see what you would like. Um, don't worry about choosing anything other than that. I will choose it for you. And once I choose it for you, I'll send you a message, say, hey, your character is updated, so you can see what cool new stuff you got. You are, like I said, level 3. So you're going to have quite a cool things. There's going to be neat little things that come in here. You will be heroes in this world, doing things and taking things out.
And
You're
Batman.
supposed, yeah, you can be Batman. So, other than that, and pretty much that's about it. That's how it is to make a character. Once you figure this out and you
Amazing.
did it, you can make a character in probably 5 minutes. That's how
Yep.
quick it is to make this. I think it's completely, really, really easy to make a character in this. When you start getting higher level, yeah, that's when it gets a little bit, funky because you got all the traits and everything else. So, Steven, this was your first time making a character, was it? What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's super easy. The card parts are really nice actually for being able to find everything quickly.
Yeah,
Yes.
Really cool.
yeah, it's going to be really, really, really easy.
I've yet to play with the physical cards, but I'm glad we have them. Like,
So, and like I says, we will be playing this, and inside the chat will disappear, and inside of the chat will be actually your roles. We will be integrating this into Roll20, and what it is you'll connect your Roll20 and your demi-plane characters together, and then you'll pop out your character from Roll20, and so when you roll it in that, it'll appear on the screen, and so you can see everything. So it'll be kind of fun. We have not set a date for our actual play, but when we do, we will make the announcement and we will start This will be, like I said, this is going to be a horror-based spooky. If you haven't looked and read what this is going to be about, it is on our Facebook page, Discord, you name it, it's all over. We will be sharing our character sheets out to people so people can see them after they've been upgraded. And I am going to ask that everybody go to eldrickfoundry.com and build a character in there. Build your character in there. Mizzy, you'll have to kind of tweak yours a little bit because I know there's not a perfect fungal in there. And then use the colored coloring system in Eldritch Foundry, and we will put your characters on screen, and we will put them in the chat and put them also on the thing. Once you have a official name, please let Mizzy know, because Mizzy will make a nameplate for your character, and we'll have that on screen also.
I make the pretty things.
Yep. And she'll take your character once you get your character built in Eldritch Foundry and you've got it colored the way you like. She will take that and make you a little, picture for yourself.
I haven't
So it'll be
actually
on
played
screen.
with Eldritch Foundry yet. I'm really
Awesome.
excited.
Yeah, if you look in
I
the
know,
chat,
I was
you
gonna
can
say I
click.
have the shirts.
Yeah, if you want to click the link in the chat and you can get to the Elder Foundry.
Yep.
You don't have to purchase anything to make a character. You can just build and have fun with it, type thing. So you can just have a good time.
But we do have a coupon code if you want to use it.
Yeah, if you do, you can use MTD Friends 10 and you can get 10% off a physical mini, if you want to do that. Or if you subscribe and you do a yearly thing or whatever, and you can 3D print at home, use that link and get a little kickback, and we can help out. But other than that, folks, does anybody have any questions before we get out of here?
No.
Oh,
I'm excited.
yeah.
Everybody. All right. Once we figure out a time and a date, we will post that up. I know that some people have got some vacation, so it'll be a few weeks, but when we do, it'll be spooky time. For More Than Dice, I'm Gonzo.
I'm Mizzy.
I'm Nessie.
And Steven.
And that's Steven.
Yeah, Steven, where are you from? Who are you with?
For Legend of the Tabletop.
All right.